YouTube. And I just had to come on here and make a quick little video. It ain't gonna be long. Cause y'all know I like to babble and 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 babble. I ain't gonna do it today. I promise. I'm not gonna babble, babble, babble. Listen, how y'all doing out there in YouTube land? I pray that everybody out there in YouTube land is doing good, having a great afternoon. Okay, cause once I get off of here, with y'all, I got some things I gotta get prepared to do. Right? I tried to make me an online order at Walmart, cause I don't be like carrying them big waters, but I could do it for some reason. I don't know why I can't do it, but I can make it or whatever. I maybe I'll just have to go to Walmart. I know those people in Walmart get sucker looking at me. But if I need something, I'm going in there. That's what y'all for, ain't it? But anywho, I just came on here because I just wanted to check on y'all, see how YouTube was doing, and pray that everybody out there in YouTube land is having a marvelous day. It is cloudy. I went outside early this morning, cleaned my porch off, sprayed my back steps off behind my apartment, and tidied it up a little bit around my door. Cause baby, you got to, baby, I do not like my porch and stuff looking no any kind of way, dirt and dust and stuff. That's just me, right? So, anywho, my reason for coming on here is because I just want to talk about something. I seen a content creator. She made a video about her son was stressing her out. You know, he was being disrespectful, and she hadn't been too long. Got married. She a big time content creator, and she hadn't been. I'm not gonna call her name on here, but she hadn't been too long. Got married, and she was talking about how disrespectful her son has been to her and his stepdad, her new husband and stuff, and talking about how disrespectful her son has been, to her. And she looked like she's stressed out. She really do. And she a beautiful person. She a beautiful young lady. Um, but she was talking about how her son got her stressed out because he been being rude, disrespectful to her, disrespectful to her husband, and all he want to do is be out in the streets, and everything he asks her for, she gets it for him because that's her son. We love our kids, and if it's within our means or we can get it, you know what I'm saying, we'll try to get it for our kids. But she was talking about how disrespectful he was to her, and she do look stressed out. I'm here to tell you, you can buy, I'm not saying all, but you can buy these kids the world. You can give them your last dime. And whenever they get ready to disrespect you, they are going to do it. I mean, some of these kids are ungrateful, disrespectful. Baby, when them kids get ready to disrespect you, curse you out like you somebody out in the streets, they gonna do it. I don't care what you buy. You can take your rent money and say, I'm gonna be late paying my rent because I want to do this or that for my kid. You can take your rent money and spend all your rent money on these children, and they not going to appreciate you. They not going to appreciate the gesture. They're not going to appreciate you by no means. Because when these children fall out with their parents, or they dislike their parents for some reason or another, They don't care what you do. You can go above and beyond for some of these kids, and they will still turn around and give you their ass to kiss. You can bend over backwards. You can get a chainsaw and cut your leg off and cut one of your arms off and give it to them so they can have extra. And they still ain't going to appreciate it. They not going to appreciate because you cut your limbs off and gave them to them. Now they got extra and you done bled to death. These kids, I'm not saying all children, these kids are not appreciative of nothing. They're ungrateful. And let me tell you how I know this. Because when I was coming up, and it was just me and my mom, I was the only child. I didn't have any siblings. But when I was coming up, you know what I'm saying, my mom, she didn't have much. My mom and my grandma, they went above and beyond for me to have what I needed and some of everything that I wanted, right? So, what's going on, Patrick? So, and guess what I did? I didn't appreciate it. I didn't appreciate it. My mom, she did her very best. But when I got out into the world and start um, noticing boys and wanting to hang out because I didn't have siblings. So when I start um, experiencing the different a different world where people hung out, people sold drugs, played cards, and guys were looking at me. I like that. I like that. And I just let that take over me. And I disrespect my mom on so many levels. That's how I know because I was once one of those kids. And my mama couldn't tell me nothing. My grandma couldn't tell me nothing. Nobody could tell me anything because I was out there ripping and running around in the streets and I thought I knew everything until I started going through stuff. I'm going to tell you, sometimes you got to let these kids fend for themselves. You gotta let go of them, hard as it may be. You sometimes you want to wrap your arms around your kids and hold on to them tight, but they don't want that. And when you keep these kids up and show them that when they get ready to go out here in the street and rip, what's going on, Isaac? When these kids get ready to get out here in the street and rip and run, they don't care what you say. They get out here and get on weed and start smoking cigarettes and start vaping and doing other drugs. They don't want to hear anything. You can chain them down to the floor. When they get ready to bust them chains, they out of here. Sometimes you got to let these kids see the hard way. And that was me. I had to learn the hard way. And I look back on life sometimes and I say to myself, I wish I had done things so much differently. But when I was looking at her talking about her son, she looked hurt. Sometimes you got to let these kids go, as hard as it is. And you think about things going on out in the world. You don't want your kids out there fumbling around out there in the world by themselves. But baby, when they get where you can't tell them nothing, they disrespecting you, they cursing you out. Even some of these kids put hands on their parents. You got to let them type of kids go. You got to let them kids go because they do not want to be loved. They want the streets. They want the street life. They want to be out here with the wolves. You got to let them go. You cannot pin them down. You can't chain them down. You got to let those kids go. And it's a hurtful thing because I have looked at my mom and seen hurt all in my mom's eyes. And when I used to rip and run out here in the streets, you know, you got to you got to let some kids learn the hard way. Cause I'm telling you, you're not gonna get nothing good happening in your life when you disrespect your parents. And I'm a living witness of that. I never hit my mom or hit my grandma. Um, I never done those things to my mom, but just cursing at my mom and talking back to my mom, I never you still it's still the same as if you was hitting. Cause sometimes words hurt harder than somebody reaching out and hitting you. Baby, when you do wrong by your parents, cursing them out, talking back to them, not listening, you're going to have a hard way to go in life. You really are. So I'm here, even though I'm not going to say her name because she is a big time content creator. I'm praying for her because I remember when I used to follow her son was younger then. He was real young. And I used to follow her, and he was real young, and she loved her son. He was her only child at that time. And they used to do so much together, but now it's a different age growing up. These kids will kill you now. And that's a shame to say that. But it's the truth. They will. They will. They don't have no empathy for human life. You can't tell them nothing. You can't talk to them. You have to let them go. You can go out here and get a loan for $1 million and spend every dime on these kids, and they still not gonna appreciate it. I'm telling you. So when your kids get to acting out and you can't do nothing with them, you have to let them go. Hard as that is to say, I don't even like saying it. You got to let them go and pray for them. That God save them before the devil get them. You got to. You got to pray for them. It's just crazy how 1 minute you can be in a good place with your kids, and then the next minute the devil snatch them from you. That could be with drugs, gangs, relationship with men or women. It depends. But the devil, he will snatch your kids up from you if you let him. And you can chase them, and you can do all that. But if they ain't ready to come, they ain't gonna come. They not gonna come. But baby, as soon as they get in some hot water, here they come. Here they come. She even said that. She even said, this content creator. She even said that. I guess they must have moved into a new house or something. And she said she fixed his room up before anybody's. And look how he treat her. She said he wanted some streaming stuff so he could stream. She was thinking maybe that'll keep him home. Look what happened. He still didn't appreciate it, child. And not only are children unappreciated, adults are too, honey. But we gonna pray about it all because this world is messed up, and we just have to stay prayed up. Now I just came on here to get that off my chest because it was just on my mind once I heard her talking about her son. And it's one more thing on here that I want to address. And I want to address the trolls. Now listen, trolls, I don't mind y'all coming over here, but I see y'all on some BS today. Now y'all just gone about y'all business. I've been reading your little comments, honey. Baby, you ain't stirring up no fire in me. Y'all can call me black. Y'all can call me whatever y'all want to, baby. But I love myself. You can call me whatever you want to. I love myself. Now, trolls, I don't know what type of situation you in your life, but I pray who